Hello class, welcome to this week's lecture. In this lecture, we will be exploring goals and the role they play in helping us to create an effective social media strategy. If we want to be successful with social media, we need to create a strategy. The reality is, social media is big and it's time consuming, and without an effective strategy, we can certainly become distracted. This is why we need goals. Goals will help us to target the audience more effectively. Goals are important since purchasing decisions are now being influenced by social media content and influencers. In addition to that, an effective strategy will help you create better content. After all, in our business, content is king. When looking at strategy, we must consider what management teams care about. The reality is your budget will be tied to your management team. It's determined by the management team, and that management team is always concerned or hyper-focused on sales, revenue, and costs. As a result, they want to know how social media will drive sales and increase the bottom line. Because they speak the language of business, they will require that the social media team translate the impact of social media into a language they can understand. Essentially, how will your use of social media help the brand make money? That's the bottom line. So again, this is how you will acquire your budget. Now that we know what's important to management, let's discuss what's not as important. Superficial metrics such as subscribers, likes, and reach are not as important. It's not the number of subscribers, likes, or reach that counts. It's what those metrics will do for you. Will your subscribers translate to paying customers? That's what you should be thinking about. Now that we have looked at superficial metrics, let's talk more about your goals. Your goals are really important to your efforts. Your goals are your desired ends. It is what you hope to achieve by using social media. When developing goals, you will want to look at the following. What are the goals measuring? How do they define success? How will they increase the bottom line? Essentially, goals are your foundation when developing a social media strategy. In fact, your goals will lead to the strategy, and you cannot have a strategy unless you have goals. But before you can set your goals, you must understand your purpose for engaging in social media. You must also understand your purpose for using each social media account that you route into your strategy. Social media has certainly moved past the try-and-see approach, and for this reason, the strategic approach implies that you can measure your results. In this course, we will look at two types of goals: your communication goals and your business goals. Your communication goals are your more traditional PR and advertising goals. We generally use communication goals to create brand awareness, to inform your audience about the brand, to persuade your target audience to purchase your goods or services, to remind the target audience about the brand. Communication goals are generally measured by people's responses, essentially their knowledge, attitudes, and action towards the product or the brand. In terms of business goals, these are really important to any organization or brand. In fact, they focus on higher order outcomes that center on organizational activities. They are established as benchmarks to help an organization's mission or fulfill the vision. In general, business goals are tied to marketing efforts. These goals are usually measured by units sold, revenue, attendance, market share, market position, and traffic. Being strategic, however, will require goals that are SMART. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. You might have seen examples of SMART goals, or you may have created your own in the past. If you have, you will only need to ensure that you can tailor your goals to social. If you have never seen a SMART goal or you have never created your own, you will be well versed in developing these goals by the end of this course. Now, let's look at a few examples. Here, I have some communication goals. The first one states, to raise awareness by 20% of women 18 to 25 in the Hialeah area to our agency's unique role combating homelessness in the community by the fourth quarter of 2022. The other one states to increase by 100% the number of women 18 to 25 who like our Facebook page by the end of 2022. And finally, to increase by 25% the engagement with women 18 to 25 on our Instagram page by the end of 2022. As you can see, the goals are SMART because they're specific, measurable, for example, increase by 100%, attainable, relevant to our purpose, and time-based, for example, by the fourth quarter of 2022. Before I delve into a discussion about key performance indicators, I want to take this time to let you know that there are templates available in the module that will help you with crafting your own SMART goals. All right, so let's talk KPIs. In addition to your goals, you need to ensure that you're considering your key performance indicators. KPIs are a quantifiable measure of performance for a specific objective. Essentially, they help you measure your success. Some examples of KPIs are number of followers, comments, engagement rate, conversion rate, and bounce rate. A list of KPIs is provided in the online course for your perusal. Please take some time to review these because they're essential to you understanding how you can measure your success. But if we take a second look at the communication goals shown in previous slides, we can identify what our KPIs are. In these goals, the KPIs are like and engagement. Essentially, success will be measured by the number of Facebook likes and the engagement rate. Bear in mind that engagement can entail comments and shares. Now, just to clarify, I have highlighted the KPIs for you in blue, just to distinguish those so that you're familiar with what KPIs might look like while you're crafting your own SMART goals and KPIs. To further your understanding of goals and KPIs, here I have developed some goals for a hypothetical company. I'm calling this company Teosity. This brand was introduced to the market 12 months ago. Presently, we want to introduce new flavors. Through social media, we want to increase the brand or product awareness, increase our presence in social, we want conversions or sales, and we want to save money on our promotional or marketing activities. Here, I have distinguished the business goal from the communication goal. In terms of the business goal, we want to increase sales by 10% among women 25 to 45 within the next 6 months. Note that the business goal is being driven by sales. We are being specific by targeting a particular demographic. The goal is measurable because we're looking to increase sales by 10%, and it is time-based because we're looking to achieve this within the next 6 months. In this case, the KPI would be total revenue or sales. Now, I have added a second example that you can review at your leisure, as this will help you when you're crafting your own business goals. In terms of the communication goal for Teosity, we want to increase by 20% engagement with women 25 to 45 on our Facebook page by the end of quarter 4. In this case, our KPI would be the engagement rate. Again, we want to be able to measure our goals. But how do we really accomplish those goals? We need tactics. Tactics are what we will do to achieve KPIs. If we wish to increase engagement on Instagram, for example, we may run contests or host challenges and do giveaways. On the other hand, if we wish to increase traffic on our website, we might form relationships with influencers and provide them with a coupon code that they can share with their followers in social. Now, being strategic also means that you will select the best channel for your tactics and messages. If you're looking to increase traffic on your website, for example, you may consider Pinterest since the platform drives traffic back to websites. If you're interested in increasing your reach, you may consider Facebook since the platform is known for its social sharing capabilities. If you wish to increase engagement, you might prefer to integrate Instagram or even TikTok into your strategy. And if you're looking to drive a new audience, Snapchat might be the best bet for your overall strategy. Here are some questions to ask yourself as you develop your strategy. What are your goals for using social media? Who is in your demographic? Are you looking to integrate a platform that is trendy or one that is proven? What type of content do you want your audience to see? These are all key questions that you will need to answer in order to develop an effective social media strategy. To wrap up this lecture, I will be discussing 2 key social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram. By looking at both, we can begin to understand the nuances that must be considered when deciding which platform to include in our strategy. Let's begin with Instagram. Instagram, by its very nature, is larger than TikTok. With Instagram, you have the option to post photos, share videos, and stories. There's also opportunities for influencer marketing, in-app shopping, and you can schedule content in advance. TikTok, on the other hand, is newer. It was the most downloaded app in 2020. Some strategists even argue that the platform is better for influencers. In addition, TikTok allows for short-form videos, and there are more built-in video editing tools. Furthermore, marketing costs are generally low, and like Instagram, there are opportunities for in-app purchases. Essentially, both platforms have a number of pros and a number of cons. Let's discuss some of those cons. There are 25 million businesses on Instagram, and therefore it might be hard to break through the noise. On the other hand, TikTok has a younger demographic, and that might not fit your brand. So essentially, this is to show you that you will have to really think through which social media platform will be most effective considering your target audience, your goals, the tactics that you're using, and your message as well. In conclusion, we discussed that social media is big, time-consuming, and distracting, and our success depends on a strategic plan that entails our goals, or SMART goals, essentially, key performance indicators, tactics, channels, and message.